The coordinate plane is what you'll be doing more work on. You'll see lots of this in the coming days, weeks, and years. And if you're unfamiliar with the coordinate plane, it is divided into four parts. And you might even be familiar with this part from graphs because you're used to seeing data. And if you'll notice, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all of these numbers going up, going down. And this is the x-axis. And this here, this vertical one, is the y-axis. Now, the x-axis going to the right will always be positive. The y-axis going up will always be positive. Going to the left after 0, you're negative, and below 0 going down is also negative. So you're looking for the points, and you want to say, I have a point on this graph. I have 4 of them. And point A, and I can talk about the coordinates or where A is. And I first look at the x-axis, and I say, well, I see that it's at 3. And then I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would plot A as 3, 4. And that tells everyone that that's where to find point A. Find point B, you would go, so now we're going to the left from 0. And we go 1, 2, 3, -4 to the left. But because we're going up, it's +2. So the coordinate for B is -4, which is the x-axis, always first, and 2. Tells you where to find point B. Point C is both to the left and below. So I'm going -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And I have -5. And 1, 2, 3 down from 0 is -3. And finally, D I go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going down, so it's -1, -2. Point D is 4, -2. And that would be how you point the plots. Now, you might, in the future, come up with, you might be given these points and say, this actually makes a polygon. And you would connect the points with lines straighter than mine. And you would connect the points, and you have some sort of quadrilateral. So this is how we use the coordinate plane. So remember, this is, let's erase that part. Now, the important parts to remember are the x-axis is parallel. The y-axis is perpendicular. Where it intersects, and in fact, where it intersects is, we'll call that point E. And we'll say that's point E. Point E, its coordinates are 0, 0. Anything that would be on line, this would be 0. This is not on the x-axis, 0, and the y-axis would be 1. So as I was saying, there are the important pieces to remember are you have 0, 0, where they intersect. So this is your point E, your 0, 0. Your right hand upper quadrant is always going to be, the numbers will always be positive. You'll have two positive numbers. If they are in the upper quadrant but on the left, it would be positive and negative. If it were on the bottom left, it is negative, negative, and on the top, it would be, I'm sorry, on the bottom right-hand quadrant, it would be positive. Ooh, my bad. Be negative, positive.